So the story begins in a place named Gracefield. The orphanage is visible where a woman named Isabella takes care of all the children. Here all the children called Isabella mother. And everyone was happy with him and everyone. Children make peace with each other as brothers, sisters and mothers. Here we see that on the neck of children to identify them. The tattoo of numbers was made in the orphanage. Isabella also had to teach children so that when they are adopted, they go outside. We can live well here in the world. 3 friends named Norman and Ray. Let's see who is the smartest here. Students were this orphanage from a beautiful field. Fell where all the children used to play. Here any child will fall on the fence of the orphanage. Couldn't because it belonged to the orphanage. The most important rule was that apart from this, when the family adopts a child, leaving her baby to the orphanage forever, had to adopt a girl like this. A family was coming for so everyone. And then to Isabella. Take out of the orphanage. And let's talk normally, what? John will send them a letter from the orphanage in L. The children used to promise that they would go out. Will definitely send letters to my friends but till date no child has written a letter to the orphanage. No send the well meanwhile Ima and Norman have an eye on Water's favorite teddy, without which not a single story could exist. So he decided to give Connie's teddy to her. Then he thinks and says that I am the gatekeeper. The lights are still on which means Connie right now is also here so you quickly give it to Teddy and get back to normal quickly. They run towards the gate. Here at the gate a truck appears when it strikes. When they look inside, both of them are horrified. Let's go to the water inside this truck. The dead body was kept and there was a sign on it. The flowers were planted when they saw someone there. She hears the sound of coming, so she hurries. After which they go silent under the truck. There come 2 big demons who put the body into a capsule. Am normal horrified after seeing these demons. Go and listen to them talk. Where the demons say stay in this place. Very good quality human meat. And these humans are only our sales here and understands Norman. It turns out that their orphanage is one of the human form where all the children of the demons are put to eat and one day the demons. Everyone will go. Meanwhile, Isabella the race that promises both demons that he will be an intelligent child for them next time. The kids who were intelligent in Lee Jai-al. Their meat was considered of good quality. Meanwhile the demons smelled the scent of normal. Because of his caste he starts checking all around. But when they look under the truck is visible which he picks up and gives to Isabella. Let's give it after seeing this teddy. Where mother suddenly falls and starts running. He still couldn't believe it. His mother is a bad person and where he lives. This is not an orphanage but for humans. Form is normal then to calm him down. Tries and consoles her. We should get away from here but she says that we will not run alone but along with the other children of the orphanage. Ima and Norman will go to the orphanage the next day. Go to the fans where Normal says that we have a good way to escape from here. Planning has to be done and when our planning this will be completed then we will tell the rest of the children about this. After this both of them will tell him in detail. Fans are asked to check the area. Do where they found out that the fans on the other side is a very high wall but it was impossible to do so he thinks. To bring them back here with a rope. All the children will be in the field on the other side. Make bands play because of them. A girl had gone missing, Tabla has come there. Who quickly takes out his watch and looks. And the cast went further into the forest after which in a few seconds he fell in love with a girl. Seeing this, Ima has brought it with her to the field. And mother understands that Isabella. A tractor has been installed on the children with the help of which she detects the location of every child. The next day Ima and Norman go into the woods and hide some roses in a tree. During this time his friend Ray comes there and if they are late holding the range then it is Normal. Tells him everything but tells Ray about his. The button is trusted so that too. After that he asks to help them go to the library to do research. Where they see that on all the books there is an owl stamp around it. And there is a code written when he takes it to the court. When decoded they found out that man named Minerva orphanage knows the truth and releases them from the books. Wants to tell that all the children in orphanage. After this in the evening Isabel, who should all the children know as their new assistant, introduces Chrome. Because now the children are taken care of. There were 2 and 3 genes in the orphanage 4. It was going to be very difficult for them to save. Now here's Isabella Chrome with Mr. Norman and Ray's profile appears to say that It seems that these 3 children are the truth of the orphanage. You know that, so you keep an eye on all 3. She will be keeping all the 3 children the next day. Have to play a special game of this game. Continued, he wanted to teach other children that if they ever have to be driven away from here, they can hide and run away, but only then. Chrome listens to their conversations and plays with them. Join the cast, after which all the children start the games and let Chrome cook them. Looks like Chrome catches up here, but can't catch Normal this night. All 3 meet together where Normal says, I think there is some courage in the children. Who is the spy of our every move? I'm telling Isabella it feels normal. Is this detective an older child? That's why he sets out to find the spy. 2 children of age and the truth to Gilda. Let's decide to tell here too about there. The button is not trusted, so, being bored, he starts beating Ray, then again and again she tells them that we did not say. It's all true and you believe us. We'll have to press the button of Gildema. After hearing this, she believed because she knew. Loves her very much, so she never will not tell big lies. After this give Normal and Gilda got the ration hidden by them. The elder of the place tells us this very night. See the unknown child who is Isabella. He was Isabella's spy under the door. Gives a note from which big amount of ration it was written in, and also it was written that Normal is a big man. Next morning Normal and Ray, let's see their hidden ration. Isabella. Now it has been taken because in these rations, apart from him, only 2 more Gildas knew. That's why Sir doubted them and on Gilda goes, but then the Noman tells that too. And Gilda is not a spy because the real place of ration to them. Plain to check and real place of ration other than. And he says that I have been in orphanage since long time. I had known the truth, but I didn't want to die like a child, so I stopped spying for Isabella. Instead Isabella started doing. He also extended the time for my adoption. Says I'm not out here alone. Could have taken it out, but still I didn't give up hope of getting it out, so Connie's teddy was hidden so that when if you want to give a teddy to Connie, then you too, Ricky, can find out Isabella's truth. Hearing things, Emma and Normal tell him that we trust you now, and then he doubles Ray by adding him to the team. Let's make a spy, i.e. Ray is now Isabella. Not for the spy but for the Normal. After this I will lower the floor of my room. But he would hide the ration in the secret hall. Also he squirts some gas into her hole, and he also puts the gadget he made in the hole. He installed this gadget on himself. Made to block tractor, so that Isabella does not find out her location. After this Ray goes to Isabel, and to get his attention, he has to lie for it. Children, there is poison in your food. We'll try for this information, Isabella. She thanks him, but still, she tells me that after a few minutes you will be adopted, which makes Ray upset. The next day all 5 children lose their ration. To test it near the wall. Wherever they go, I will give them a range. But she catches Isabella with this big to help children at the time of telling in. She says, and also tells them that there is a chip in the body, and if he runs away from my security, I will be electrocuted by chip. But still he decided to help them. Here the children have come to know who. Polly also grew up in the same orphanage. She wanted to remove him and take his place, so she wanted to help the children this night. All 5 children go to the tax room, where she listens to them a story of 1,000 years ago between mankind and demons. The war had started in which many people died, so both groups made a deal called Promise, in which both groups to live in their own world. The mother was gone and the demons fought with the humans. Promised not to bother them anymore. Will do, but in return humans give them some kids to eat. You will read that this was the reason that in some orphanages kept human children for demons. Went and read them thoroughly. have started raising because intelligent children. Demons become intelligent by eating the brain of, so that they do not attack humans. Meanwhile, those kids are driving chrome tractors. When asked in detail, then Chrome tells that tractors were put on the ears of all the children. Has gone so that Isabella knows the location of all the children. Can see now because Rennie tractor. That's why I found a way to block it. No one was worried about the tractor. Due to which Chrome understands that children found a way to block tractors. So she asks to find out their method. The next day when all the children go out to play, then go to block Chrome tractor. To find gadgets for kids. Fucked her while having sex in the bedroom. She looks through the window very quickly. She informs her colleagues about this so that kids put in blockers in a pig teddy. Give which taxes have already been checked. After this the secret of Chrome core was taken. A hole is found which, seeing it empty, he became suspicious so he searched the room again. She starts picking up the teddy and picks it up. There is Isabella a cast and, giving a letter to Chrome, she tells him that, gave you the mother's pose in another orphanage. She is gone so you should leave now. Chrome will feel bad after hearing this. That's why he lived with his 5 children before his death. A cast left behind a special paint for. When she reaches the gate in Chrome, her meets the orphanage supervisor, whom everyone knew as Grandma. Karen grandmother was born here in an orphanage. Grandmother tells about the incident. Kahala does her come well and she never won't even let the children run away, that's why there is a Diamond A goes and Dottie tells him to. Gets Chrome killed and then Hama and Norman watches her climb the wall. While Ray is trying to provoke Isabella's attention. To keep it entangled in the button but Isabel was already suspicious of them all. That's why she doesn't listen to Ray and bands in one room and then 2. Comes out of the room and breaks the wall. And there is a cast where they are Normal and Emma. Co-range takes hold of hands and them. She starts scolding and says that I gave you everything you needed. It was definitely there, still you followed the rules of the orphanage. Tried to break then suddenly Isabella has been caught so that the Normal can run away from there. But Isabella gets heavy easily. And seeing this she breaks his wings. Normal stops and refuses to live without him. Gives Tabla tells Normal that next. The option will be yours so in the orphanage. Your last day is this night. Kid again to help Normal. They are harsh but Normal calls them. That if I have to protect others then. I will gladly sacrifice myself for this. After this the normal person starts packing his society. During this he finds a pawn which Chrome. To help them, the next day was kept normal. To collect information. When he climbs the wall with support, he realizes. It turns out that the other side of the wall is quite deep. Because of the ditch, it easily hits the wall. Couldn't get the orphanage back to normal. Comes in and gives one to his friends. Makes drawings on paper and presents them to him. To find a bridge to cross the chasm. Says Norman from the orphanage this evening. Had to go out so he met all the children. Says goodbye then Ma runs badly. Because he knew that those demos were normal. After this I will go to the normal gate at the gate. Lucast is where Norman met Peter. It happens here with a man named Peter Norman. Understands that he can eat demons. He is the leader of the operation and then he is normal. He starts telling everything in detail. Norman says you see something in me. There is no need to tell because I have come here of my own free will. Meanwhile a demand comes there and kills Norman. Puts here she was very sad and she will not be able to do anything due to injury. Tabla tells Shri that I want to. Hearing this you become the next mother of this orphanage. You are very worried, the cast is on the other side now. I was lonely because of him being away from here. All hopes of getting out are gone. Meanwhile, Isabel tells Ray that you're next in line for adoption. This very night she comes to Ray and tells him that he has a plane but Ray. There is already a plane so that I felt late for my plane today. As today's flame spread across the room. Shri Run sounds like this after hearing his voice. Available there is a cast then I give him bread. Hui tells that Ren has taken your watch. Today I committed suicide by hanging myself with. Al tries to extinguish quickly today. His watch was very important because saw the location of all the children in this issue. Isabella used to do this here as soon as she turned back. So we see that Emma has left from there. Well, it's all according to their plans. Had been. Again we are shown a flashback, in which after Normal's death, Emma gets her. The letter was received in this letter by Norman here. Had written some ways to escape from and. Special pen was also kept with the letter. After which Anam gave that letter and Gilda gave it to so that he could meet with the children. Keep reducing Jabila on the other side on the plane. To avoid suspicion on Emma, he becomes sad in front of her. Started pretending to be this plane. Reiko was not told in detail because Isabella always kept a reaper eye on us here. Turns out that when Ray was applying himself today, then M took out his tractor with a knife. Took it out and threw it in today and then. Ray's death lied to Isabella. He had tricked him by speaking, after which he. All children's sticks were removed with a knife. But he took the youngest children with him. I couldn't take it so I promised him. Said that he will definitely come to pick them up. Later the story shifts to the present, where all the children one by one put it on the wall, climb up and take their rations to the rock, throw the other one away after which they all hangers to reach the other side, do all the rest except M here. The children reach the other side only then. Isabella is a cast who tells Emma that I too was innocent like you and one of my. I also had a boyfriend and then one day I came to know that I am pregnant, that's why I came to this place. Tried to run away but when I was standing on this wall when I realized that I will never be able to run away from here after this. She tells me that when I had a child, he died after some time so I become the mother of an orphanage and provide good care to the children. Had decided to give up life here also. It is said that when children are handed over to demons. When this was done, Bella felt very sad. But he did all this to save humans. Isabella M was here for. She tells me that you are my favorite but right now. Threatens to kill if he runs away from here. If she tries, she will cut the rope and will drop me down but M says mother. I trust you that you don't. After which I will tie him to the rope. And I feel alive after seeing this. Takes out the knife but she ties it to the rope. Isabella doesn't cut it by standing on the wall. Seeing all the children running from the womb. Then he remembers that he is in the field. He was sitting and singing that song to Ji-song. Isabella during her pregnancy time. Hummed which made Isabella realize. Ray was his child who in his childhood. All the children here had gone to the forest. Then Emma starts making her way. Children have been shown the pen which can be opened. But an owl comes out of it which. That all the children feel like moving to the city. Meanwhile Isabella visits Peter and Grandma. Cast is behind all the children running away. She considers herself responsible so Peter. Hand over to a dam as punishment. And with this movie ends here.